The other day I made a video talking about how an employee at BioWare had reached out to me via DMs and we set up a phone call to discuss what was happening inside at BioWare because the working conditions were just so bad. We ended up talking for about an hour and I discussed what we talked about as best I could, leaving it as generic as possible, not to give anything away because this person was risking quite a lot and taking this leap and just saying this is what it's like on the inside of BioWare. And from that, I could confirm that this was actually an employee, like I know personally that they worked there and that I didn't have any issues or concerns with that. And like I said in that video, believe it or not, I don't really care, just wanted to dispense the information, and I hope you guys are able to trust me. And from that video, somebody commented saying that they also work in the game industry and have been there for a while. And what I said in that video is just scratching the surface of just how bad it really gets. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. This comment that I have pinned on that video right now is from someone who said they've worked in the game industry for a couple of decades. And everything that I said in that video of BioWare is ringing true to them. And then some. What they're dealing with and saying what the video game industry's problem is right now is not necessarily just DEI hires and diversity and equity and inclusion, but it really boils down to something a lot more basic than that. And that is LGBTQ plus women activists in the workplace pushing their agenda and holding everyone else down. JT. Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out smashjt.com for the full article breaking down this second whistleblower that came forward in a comment in my previous video. And while I can't confirm from a comment that what they are saying is true and who they are is somebody that did work in the game industry, based off of what they said, I felt like it was justified to at least bring this information to you guys. But take this as a rumor because unlike the previous situation, which I did confirm myself, this one I haven't confirmed, but if it's true, holy crap, the game industry is in a lot more trouble than a lot of people thought. Under the name Benjamin Hunter G8H, they stated, I created a new account on YouTube to remain anonymous since my username handle is known by many colleagues of mine. But yes, what is said is indeed valid and the same in other studios I worked for, including the one I currently work. So this person is saying it's not just BioWare, but other studios where he has colleagues at and the studio that he's presently at, inferring that he's not at BioWare right now either. But since it's happening at BioWare and he has colleagues everywhere else, and he knows at his own studio that this is something that's pretty widespread. All leadership roles are just passed down to members of the LGBTQ in general, women more specifically. And if you happen to be a straight white male now in the industry, you end up getting shafted on the side, no matter how many years of experience and project you delivered during your career within most field of the profession. Right off the bat, the first point they make speaks volumes about the evolving cultures, not just within BioWare, but far beyond in the entire game industry, other studios as well, where leadership roles have been increasingly tied to diversity initiatives rather than merit or experience. According to this commenter, there's an established trend of promoting LGBTQ individuals, specifically women, to key positions for no other purpose other than checking a box and placing like-minded individuals at the top. Promoting diversity for the sheer sake of diversity is inherently negative. Prioritizing optics over experience always ends in a bad result. And this shift, as they're describing it, leaves quality employees sidelined regardless of their contributions or career longevity. No matter how talented they are now being passed over for someone that checks a box, no matter how unqualified that person might be. The last two projects I've worked on at the studio I currently work, there were openings for a lead position within my field of profession. Even though I have 18 years of experience starting work back in 2006, I was pushed aside in favor of two quote-unquote non-binary and woke type women who only had 1 to 2 years of experience within the whole industry. I mean, for F's sake, my years of seniority within the studio itself were higher than the combined years of experience experience. There's nothing more insulting when you are already filling the role in the first place as an acting lead, since there weren't any assigned to the project you work on. And when they decide to make things official on paper, they don't even promote the person who was already doing the damn role. This person, again, take it with a grain of salt because I don't have context for the situation. I didn't speak to them directly. I can't verify the authenticity of it. I don't know if they're just a disgruntled worker trying to blame things, which are all possible. But when you start to see a trend with these whistleblowers coming forward saying, yep, what they're saying is actually what I'm dealing with too, and then another person comes forward saying, yep, I mean, you start to see this trend and it starts to make more sense, and you gotta wonder, at what point is something going to change? The situation itself that's explained in this story right here sounds deeply demoralizing. Long-term employees like this one constantly report a sense of betrayal when they perform a role without formal recognition, only to see someone else being brought in as their official replacement at the end of all of it. And this kind of trend, like I said, undermines the very morale of the senior employees at companies, often feeling that their own loyalty and hard work are being overlooked in favor of promoting less experienced diversity hires that check boxes and, more importantly, align with the same thinking, the thought process of the higher-ups putting them in the position in the first place. But you know what is the more annoying? It's when upper management knows you are a more fit candidate for the role and they tell you to mentor and help those newly promoted leads so they can gain experience they need to fill in the role. Like, for F's sake, what a way to slap someone in the face. Literally training someone to do the job that you were already qualified for, applying for, trying to get, and then being passed over for someone not qualified for it, and them realizing, oh crap, we actually need someone that knows what they're doing here. Hey, over there, industry veteran that works at our company, do you mind training this noob that just got promoted above you? Because that makes a lot of sense. After working for 10 years at the studio I currently work, it is obvious the studio is shifting its focus on trying to push an LGBTQ-friendly work environment image to the general public by promoting more LGBTQ members. And you gotta wonder, why are they pandering for the masses? Why are they doing this, especially if this story is to be believed? The people being promoted ahead of this person are not qualified to do the job that they're getting. The original whistleblower's bombshell information from BioWare, coupled with this new comment to back them up, paint quite the troubling picture for the current state of the entire video game industry. The prioritization of diversity for optics rather than quality, the sidelining of veteran employees, and a growing disconnect between experience and leadership roles all suggest that the current path that it's on is a collision course for disaster. And I said this before, it feels like the wheels are falling off this bus that's just out of control going down this hill, picking up speed, and it's going to crash into a brick wall. Balanced approach to real inclusivity and experience is beyond crucial, especially during times like this. But no, in the current form, the decision makers have clearly gone off the deep end. Prioritizing diversity must go hand in hand with promoting talent and acknowledging the current expertise available. But the problem is, according to the multiple sources that I've been dealing with, these typically white liberal women activists that have been placed at the helm of these studios and corporations want to feel seen. They want more and more control and ultimately want like-minded individuals working for them to do their bidding. They care not for game greatness, but a message, an agenda, an ideology that they want to push forward. The problem is, in doing so, the very same studios are now losing the loyalty and dedication of their quality veteran employees. You know, creators that built the very industry that is being taken over right now. Yeah, those same people are starting to get pushed out, put their hands up and say, you know what? Maybe it's not worth it anymore for me to keep pressing forward here. And because of that, these white, liberal, agenda-pushing activist women are taking over, not knowing what the hell they're doing, and every single studio that they're taking control of is burning to the ground. And at some point, you gotta wake up and say, was it worth it? Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Huge shout out to this whistleblower for saying all this information, backing up everything that I stated in that BioWare video. And I actually have some more information I'm just verifying in the background before I come forward with that. But what I'm finding out in the game industry right now is, yeah, I knew it was bad. I was telling you guys it's bad. But the more people that are coming forward, it's like, oh man, That was only one layer of a very big problem in the game industry, and it gets a lot worse than even I thought. I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want more information, check out smashjt.com for the full article. I will link it in the description below. If you appreciate what I'm doing, hit that join button. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Definitely exceeded our expectations.
Exhausted, but it was super fun and really informative. Like, I feel like I know a million times more now than I did coming in here.
We got to learn so much from so many different types of people. Like, every meeting we had was like a little dream coming true within like a bigger dream in a way.
Smash,